All right, taking a look at your forecast, we can start off with a look from the Chris 6th Neighborhood Weather Network, powered by those of you who have Tempest weather stations and share your data with us. If you want to learn more about that, head to christv.com/weather. It allows us to show you what's going on in your neighborhood. So starting off in Rockport, you know, coastal temperatures don't seem that bad. 90 degrees off South Terry Street, 86 from our Fusion Neighborhood Weather Network station, and heading down to the island, a little farther south, about the same, 86 off Granada Drive, 87 off Vortex 3 Neighborhood Weather Network station. Let me show you how that doesn't give you a lot of context, because along the coast we may be in those middle to upper 80s, but with the humidity it feels like the triple digits. It feels just as hot on the islands and coastal neighborhoods as it does for the inland neighborhoods, where the actual air temperature is true to temperature. Not much humidity, but you're in those upper 90s to triple digits. 101 in George West, 99 in Freer, 95 in Robstown, feels like 105 right now. The hottest station we have around by the actual air temperature aside from George West. And look at this, 93 in Valfurias, beating that out, feeling like 106. So the heat and humidity, that's a constant in our forecast going forward. But what if you're going to walk the pup tonight? Of course, later in the evening goes best, because not only will you feel the relief, but kids, pets, and the elderly are more susceptible to heat-related illness. So as we go for a walk, we showed you this pup yesterday, Annabelle. So cute. We love to see it. We watch those temperatures slowly wiggle their way back down to the lower 80s by midnight. So we're not going to break 80 before midnight. That already tells you that we're dealing with a little more humidity in our forecast heading on into the weekend. Today's heat risk was mainly confined to the coast and for those far inland neighborhoods, but tomorrow we're going to see more orange on this map. Orange is a 2 out of 4 moderate heat risk. Watch what happens as we go on into Sunday. We start to see everybody in orange, except where we don't have that, we're taking things up a notch. Red, denoting a 3 out of 4 major heat risk for folks around Lake Corpus Christi, Choke Canyon, and out toward the brush country. So bottom line, make sure you're staying hydrated, and you can hydrate all you want. You still need to take breaks indoors in the air conditioning to cool off. So this is likely going to be something we see into the next several days, possibly another week or so. Between July 24th through 28th, most of the lower 48 have a pretty good likelihood of staying warmer than we typically expect to be during this time of year. As we wrap up the month of July, our average high temperature in Corpus Christi sits around 95, and we've hit that number nearly every day this week. So we're a little ahead of schedule for that summer heat, and if we only had a little rain to go along with it over the next 7 days, I'm not counting on it. No significant rainfall expected, so we're expecting a little more evaporation in our water supply as a result, and not a lot of hope for watering the lawn. So I hope you enjoyed some of the rain we had earlier in the month, because by the looks of it, we could be wrapping up July on a dry note. Still too early to say, but be ready for that. Also, be ready for some of the hot temperatures we're expecting over the next 7 days. I want to also tell you that even though our temperatures here in Corpus Christi are likely to be in those middle 90s, you have to take into account that humidity. There will be a bit of a breeze, but it's bringing in that humidity. So we're likely to see feels like temperatures parked in the triple digits, not only through the weekend, but as we head into next week, we are looking at maybe seeing another round of Saharan dust, which would allow these afternoon high temperatures to be even hotter in the upper 90s. Either way, we are going to be feeling very close to the triple digits, which is warmer than this time of year. And even with a breeze, you need to make sure that you're checking in on your loved ones and make sure everybody is staying cool. Make sure if your pups are outdoors, they also have a place to cool off.